Hello, everyone. My name is Michaela Smith, and today I'm interviewing Audrey. I just have a few quick questions for her based on her ACRA to HP journey. So first, could you tell me your name and current high performance training group?
Yeah, I'm Audrey Boersen. I'm currently training under Judith Vogel out of Washington, D.C.
Cool. So where did you go to college and when did you graduate?
I went to Grand Valley State University and I graduated in 2020.
Was your college crew a member of ACRA when you were rowing there?
Yeah, I got to attend 3 different ACRA races in college.
Cool. So what was your typical schedule as a rower in college?
While I was in college, we'd typically row once per day, either early in the morning before classes or at later in the afternoon. Aside from those 2 hours of rowing, you'd have all of your classes to go to. I went to college in Michigan, so we had a very long erg season in the winter. And then we would take advantage of any of the nice water that we could get in the springtime.
What boat categories did you train and race in when you were in college?
We mainly rowed 8s. My junior year, we had so few varsity women that we trained primarily in a 4, though.
So you said that you went to a few high school regattas. Did you ever go to ACRA champs?
Yes.
Okay. And then were there any other big regattas that you went to?
We would have like our big 3 races in the spring. It would be MACRA, Dadvale, and ACRA.
You decide that you were going to try to pursue HP rowing?
I believe my junior year, I had just spent a summer rowing at a U23 program and had a lot of success and a lot of fun with that. And that was kind of one of those tipping points for me. I talked to my coach there and she said, "Hey, I think you can do something pretty cool with this." So that's when I decided to go for it.
Did you start right after you graduated or did you take some time off?
Yeah, so when I graduated, our spring season had been cut short due to COVID. And so I joined the PBC team. At first it was over Zoom and I participated in all of the ergs in my parents' basement in Michigan before I moved out to Virginia.
Nice. What is your typical schedule as a high performance rower?
Yeah, so right now you've caught me at a pretty fun time. I am on a summer hiatus for my job to train for the lightweight quad. So right now I have a lot of time to train. We do primarily 2 morning sessions. We'll try to get on the water both times. And that'll be, from 7 a.m. to 12 o'clock. And the rest of the day I spend recovering, refueling, rehydrating, and then sometimes we'll have a nice light evening session just to kind of shake everything out.
So what is your plan for this year? Training goals, race goals?
Yeah, so right now, as I said, I'm training with a group of lightweight women. Our next event is going to be NSR2 in doubles, but we are primarily looking to row the lightweight quad. We will be racing in Europe in June for women's Henley, as well as Hollenbecker in the Netherlands.
Nice. So who all are you rowing with? I know you said Sophia Luwis.
Yeah, so it's Sophia Luwis, Cara Stawicki, Liz Martin, and myself.
Okay, awesome. If you had to pick one thing, what would be your favorite part of high performance rowing?
Definitely the performance and the learning aspects of it. I learn something new every single day. And it can be, how to row better or a different feeling in the boat. Or sometimes it's a personal thing that you learn about how to push yourself, what makes me faster. And I think all of that, it accumulates to being a better rower, but also being a better person in general.
Cool. So with that being said, what is the hardest part?
So I think there's two aspects to consider with this. The first one is definitely physical. And I think the hardest thing is that coming out of college and going up to an elite level, there's a big performance difference between the two of them. And I've been training for 2 years post-college, so I've gotten over some of that, but right away you can see there's a big volume bump and your splits might go down and you might become slower as you are learning to scull, which is what I was doing my first year at least. But then eventually you see all of this kind of take place and you see your performance increasing and your fitness increasing. But there's always going to be this gap to fill to try to be the best in the world. And so I think that's kind of the hardest part physically. And then, I think there's a big mental component to it as well. And trying to understand how being technical and focusing on rowing off of the water also increases your speed. Sometimes it can be really hard to push yourself, but you have to be able to get into a headspace where you can do that, because it's not going to be easy every day. And you have to be able to perform if you're feeling great, or if your legs are kind of hurting from the day before.
Yeah, that makes sense. So the last question is, what is your advice for current college rowers if they are deciding to pursue high performance?
I definitely say go for it. I think a good kind of testing grounds would be to get into any U23 summer programs. Those were really good for me. I think they help to develop athletes at a slightly higher level than college. And they just provide a lot of fun racing opportunities with a lot of different people. And then after that, if you have a passion for it, I think you can go really far. Just got to kind of keep chipping away at it.
Yes. Okay, well, thank you so much for all your insights and your time. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to talking to you soon.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Audrey.
Bye.